An absolute dream start for Team Liquid in this lower bracket final. Best of 5. I'm your host, and I'm back here on the desk with Kakuka and Koala. Now, Bear, you know this, in the EMEA, if a team has a permaban, they never play, you just don't pick into it, especially if Nats is on that team.
Man, I'm kind of like getting tired of this, because sometimes we talk about this and we say, oh, it's probably a bait. Every single time that a team leaves it open, they expect the other team to just bite right into it. And how many times has that worked throughout Kickoff? Not many. Like, we see the teams being prepared, maybe with the exception of leaving Bind open for Casey to pick it onto you, might be very sure, but those matches have always been close.
Yeah, it's always a bait. It's literally, quite literally, is always a risk here. And I think we can take a look at the comp and kind of understand what we're talking about here. Because, Koala, I'm on the fence, I'm on the side even, of thinking that they might have just said, hey, what do you guys want to play? Let's not, you know, read too much into it. Just pick whatever you want kind of vibe. Would you agree, or is this a legitimate comp?
I think this is the first option. Like, there's no way that they came up with this, but if they did, I mean, it worked clearly fucking. Don't find me. It worked. It worked. It worked so well. Like, they cooked. They cooked.
Yeah, that's how I would have described Kiko's Reina as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And them starting on the defense, reminiscent of what they were doing yesterday, especially against Foot, right? Being extra aggressive, this comps makes it very easy for them.
Yeah, and I just want to say the last time Nats played Fade, it was on Lotus, and we had a Redgar Reina. Now, Kiko admittedly did a little bit better than Redgar. Put the bananas away! Oh. This is the other thing, by the way, Koala, I don't know if you know this, there's a curse. Every time we show a player eating a banana,
they lose.
In between the maps, they lose the next one. So Abyss,
back.
I want to eat bananas.
Abyss is definitely going to the other side. But let's take a look at some of the things we saw Liquid do, you know. I know there was one round you really wanted to talk about right in the beginning of the game. So talk us through this really nice round 3 push from Liquid.
Yeah, so I think Liquid just wanted to start the game off like very strong. They wanted to show Heretics that they were willing to fight. They just walked through A completely without Heretics knowing, really. Like, they got the perfect timing. I think this kind of like scared Heretics for the rest of the half, to be honest. The way they played this game, they kind of just grouped up. Liquid over-rotated at that point, and the thing with the comp like this, with a Reyna raise, you kind of want to punish them, right? Like, they're double duelists. Like, what do they want to do? They want to fight into you. And I think Heretics grouping up like this and like not realizing that the over-rotation was happening, like, kind of messed them up this entire half, to be honest.
I think that especially in this round, something that we did not mention is that you say that they didn't expect it. And I think that maybe there was a lot of noise going in at that moment, because there was the aggression. We even saw the Prowler coming in from Nats pushing with them. But probably, I cannot believe that they didn't expect Liquid, who has been very aggressive from the defense, playing this composition, but on their bonus, they're just going to stay back.
Yeah, exactly. But also the way that Kamek played Clove is, I want every Clove player in ranked in the world, any situation, Kakuka, to play it the way he did it.
I thought you were going to say in EMEA, and I was going to say, well, this one's the first. But
he is definitively the best Clove player in EMEA.
Exactly, yeah. I 100% agree with you. But as you're saying, yes, being aggressive, still playing with your team, being there with those smokes, but also playing it as a duelist. Just go, take the fights. Just, if everybody's pushing, you go with the pack and with the rest of the flow. And I think that he was feeling really empowered playing the agent, because he always had a second chance, because he was clicking so much. He had the ult.
Yeah, he's got like 3 or 4 ults. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it almost feels redundant to say this, but Koala, sometimes the aim does matter. It does really matter that if you're shooting, you're shooting.
I mean, my coach always tells us, like, at the end of the day, like, if you're shooting better, like, you probably will win. And like, Liquid did exactly that. Like, they ran a comp that like is not really that normal, and they were just absolutely dominating this entire map.
And it's so important for them coming into this best of 5, knowing what it's at stake, how hard they've been fighting, to start off with this. Yes, it is a different composition from what we're used to. The first half was amazing. God would have known what would have happened if they would have started on the different side. But in this situation that they're in, against a team like Heretics, as you're saying, it's about shooting back. Yeah. Heretics yesterday couldn't shoot back. Neither could Foot. In some of the rounds, yes, and on that bind, definitely. But Foot is the team that you expect they're going to shoot back. Team Liquid has found the key to keeping the other team from shooting back.
Yeah, but the issue is we are going to head to Abyss next, and this is where Liquid are not weird about it. You know, they're not running Reyna, they're not running Clove, any of that on Abyss. Well, I would be okay with that. I would actually be super okay with that. But for Heretics though, how bad does this abode for them? You know, Koala, you lose map 1, the map that you probably were really confident in because your team, the opposition always banned it. Is this the end or be all of Heretics?
I'm a little worried because, like I said, like I watched them play this Abyss comp and like Vitality played phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, but I just feels like it's something that they don't really have a lot of like practice or like comfortability on, and I have a feeling that they might actually like revert back to like an old comp, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Like, are they going to be keeping that composition? We saw Benji Fishy for the first time playing his 4th agent, I believe, here in EMEA, going on the Tejo, putting wood on the chamber. We understand the idea, but I think that in practice, it didn't work. And they didn't have responses. They didn't have the versatility to change things up when it's not working. When plan A didn't work, there was no plan B. And going off on a 13-1 exposes a lot of weakness. So I agree with you. I think that they should revert back and just go to the old comp.
Which old comp? They've got like 5.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say like the basic one. Like, they know how to play the game. Like, they're very good skilled players. Who's called on that comp plenty of times. I think just going back to your basics and doing what you do best, like I think that is the Heretics way. And yeah.
Doing what they do best is exactly what I expect from Team Liquid in this map, because from the beginning of the tournament, even though we've seen things like what we saw on Fracture the first time that they played against Foot, that was, you know, sometimes these things happen, but on Abyss, the synchronicity between the events and the way that the players have been getting onto the sites, everything has been so on point. I know that we've talked about Patty Tech a lot today because of the synergy and the relationship with the other team, but I think this is by far his best map.
Well, let's take a look at Agent Select. They're not going to change anything. They are going to go with this comp, but at least at this point, they've had a rep. They've at least played it.
Yeah, and with them starting on the attack, I expect them to be to have that proactivity. I expect them to be countering what Liquid is doing. They're especially at the beginning on every pistol, on every that. They're going to be aggressive. I expect them to be on top of that.
Yeah, I think main control is going to be a very big thing for them on the attack. Like trying to farm Mini Boo's orb is going to be very big. And I want to see Woot. I want to see him get very good timings on these lurks. I want to see him frag because honestly, Woot has been playing phenomenal. Like despite the scoreline, he was hitting nice shots. Like he's going to be a very big impact player this series and this map, and I want to see it happen.
Not only on the lurks, but also keeping an eye on the lurkers, because yes, Wood has that small trap, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, and I want to see Benji come alive a little bit. We need to see the Benji we know and love from last year. But this is the thing, Liquid are already leading. Pansy and Mini is going to be a very important map for Team Heretics.
It certainly is going to be an incredibly important map, and it feels like a fresh start if you're Heretics, and for Liquid, you've got to be grinning after map 1, right? You've set off a statement. Map 1 in the bag, in the fashion it went down, only dropping 4 rounds. Team Liquid have to be over the moon. Now, coming into this one, though, where do you see the differences being made here between these two?
Honestly, there's a reason why Liquid have picked this map. They've already won it 3 times in fairly convincing fashions. And I'll be honest, I think their defense read on this map is one of the best in the EMEA. I don't think there's many teams that play defense that well on this map. It is a tough side. And for them to start on it, I'm a little bit worried for Heretics.
Because I also feel there's something to be said about the confidence having to come in for the likes of Woot, to see Miniboo start firing up as well. They have to start on a good foot forward, and Liquid have looked solid here. So into map 2 we go. Can Liquid keep it up? Was that first map just a blip on the radar, or is there real consistency here? Their map choice now. The early intentions being shown. Team Liquid gonna know the Heretics want to be heading this way.
Yeah, but both drones already used and no space really made for Heretics. Usually, if you're going to use both those drones at the same time, you expect to get onto the site there.
I quite like Camo's forward position, but Woot's seen him. Lovely from Woot to open that up and create space towards the site. That's instantly going to put Liquid, I was going to say instantly into a retake, but actually they're playing this forward. They're trying to challenge on this, and they've isolated a fight. Good trade for Benji, back and forth. Numbers still in their hands until now. Kiko, decked from above, going to find a couple here. It's leaving Nats in what feels like a predictable position on the lurk.
Yeah, I think he knows that this is going to be open most of the time with just the chamber. He can only trip one of these spaces. We saw him do a 2v1 yesterday in this very similar position.
Does he get it again?
30 seconds left.
He's thought about it. Yeah, nicely done from Woot there. Finds Nats and handles it well. First for Heretics.
I thought, like I said, though, they used both those drones, didn't get the space, and it was down to Camo's, like, just arm showing that really made the difference there for Heretics to be able to get onto that site. If they didn't get that initial pick, I was very worried for them to get onto that site.
İşler bu noktaya geldi.
Let's freaking go. Team Liquid now. Gonna just be down to the Sheriffs. Gonna have
Just a-
Kiko and Nats.
Push on B here for Liquid.
Oh lord. Are they gonna push this?
Yep.
They might catch a player in here, actually. Looking at the amount of bodies behind it, they've just drifted away. The flash coming, turn. Not bad, but it's forced, isolated. Wait, this could be a Vandal. It absolutely is. There's no way. There is no way that happens here. Huge claim on that. Panatek's going to get himself out of there with a Vandal in hand. And now they've controlled half the map, and this spike is... Rienz is trying to get out of there with that. He desperately doesn't want that to drop. But Nats is going walking too. The timing on this, I can't believe it. And Panatek's found Rienz. That's a spike found. Nats takes away Boo. What is going on? Oh, Woo with a lovely shot. But he has his work cut out. Team Liquid against the odds with weaker weapons. Pulling back together. Woo do a thing about it. So many players to get through. 40 seconds. Oh, the spam. It's down to 29 HP. Oh, gosh, this feels impossible, doesn't it, for him? Gonna make a go of it. They are stalling time. They're making him work for his dinner. The first fight, he's got it. Nice, gets Kamek. Fancies a bit more as well, but Kiko's position looks like the checkmate, and it is. Team Liquid not letting Heretics get their second step on the ladder. No, kicking them right back down.
Heretics shouldn't be falling for something as simple as a 4 push down B. Like, it felt like they didn't use the util they needed to get information on the space. Happy to just sit in a smoke and try and take an orb. They had no clue if there was 5 people behind that. And on an anti-eco round, there can of course be 5 people behind. 5 people behind that. Sorry, I'm too angry. I can't get my words out. I'm too angry at Heretics at the moment.
Tell them off.
Standing ahead.
Let's see if there's any recovery coming in for Heretics, though. Already going to be noted on the knife. That's a big bulk of the players here.
They do
3 in the
have
right
2
place.
guns.
They do. Mini Boo and Woot there.
This is going to be a common theme, I think, on this attack side. The chamber working towards the A side of the map, getting a line on and trying to get picks. I think Woot will be doing this a lot.
Teleport. Cutting through.
See the tempo just settling in here. I'm just posting up Woot towards his position. Exploring the rest.
Just a slow round.
Top mid though, hold on. Mini Boo's taking the space off this one. Feels like it's been noted. They still know about Woot, so you can see the Liquid are keeping a good track on these positions. Now, does Mini Boo over-deliver here? Timing's very important. Oh my god, speaking of timing, he just looked away. Devastating, but great re-clearing towards middle. There was a question mark, and Liquid didn't like that. They wanted it handled.
Does give Woot timing, though.
Ooh,
Gets the
lovely.
first.
Big pick there towards Panatek, but he doesn't expect the follow-up so swiftly. And now there's commitment on the side. There's still an opportunity here. And Nats is shutting that opportunity down pretty much kill by kill. Boo's been caught over towards B. So everything now going towards this side, and it's just the 2 classics. Run and gun is not working out here. Liquid, really clean approach.
Yeah, very clean considering Heretics did gamble a little bit on that buy. I believe that Woot is going to be down to... Oh, he's got the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. But interesting decision, but... Yeah, I think the approach that Heretics had, we're going to see that probably quite a few times default-wise. Get Woot onto that A main line, and then Mini Boo working middle. It looks though this round, simple approach. Woot going to be contacting up B with the rendezvous? Is that what they call it? I don't know what it's called. Tour de force? Tour de force. Sorry, rendezvous is the TP. I'll learn them one day.
The sniper, the ultimate. Yeah, you run through them. Ult, yeah, classic. So we do have a couple of ults beyond just Woots as well. We do have Benjis now coming through on the other side. Nothing yet to depend on, but they feel like they're in, again, the right place here. Like a pendulum swing. They've got the 3 players over towards that B side. We still have the pressure up through middle. That's a little bit of an unknown quantity.
It's a cheapy idea. He's going to TP past this ult.
Yeah, there it is. This is a really nice little crunch. Does it work out, though? They still need to find the players, and Camo's actually found a corner to play from, and they've caught Mini Boo! Panatek, perfect, but it's Camo to fall, but they still don't have the sight. The cross still lethal in approach. Kiko and Panatek just mashing them on the way through. It's Benji left in a 1v3. He's looking done for, surrounded on all fronts now. And you loved the idea, but the execution just falling short. Team Liquid not allowing any of what Heretics want to be selling.
Yeah, I thought that was a beautiful idea. Like, honestly,
really cool concept.
that was really nice. It's just, again, the frags just aren't going the way of Heretics again.
Look at this. The timing on it. I mean, again, the concept is lovely, but Camo kind of playing where he was made it hard to be an easy pick on that. Nice from Panatek there. Oh.
Oh, Benji.
He's having a tough one.
Nice!
And if we're talking about it as well, yet to get the ball rolling, Miniboo and Boo, both struggling to get that one started here. Rian's just getting off the 0. And it just feels wherever you go, there's a 3-play stack from Liquid. They've got the right reads in these situations so far. And they want to pressure that point. They're not letting them rest. That is gorgeous. Team Liquid showing confidence. It gets risky in these rounds, but I like them taking the authority there.
Yeah, it's this kind of confidence that we saw in map 1 coming over to map 2. If Liquid keep this up, it's going to be a scary series.
A quick day at the office, it feels like, and a quick ticket to Bangkok, but we'll find out. 11 HP. We're going to start walking. But
Some heroics are going to be needed, though.
God, to say the
4v2,
least.
1 gun. Woot doesn't have a lot to work with on this B side. There's nothing, you can jump up on those boxes all you want, but you're probably going to get caught out at some
I'm
point.
too far.
Speaking of,
player
and you get
standing.
caught out. What is it with that cursed timing? Who tries to get involved to give them that favorable outcome? I think that flash was a little uncomfortable, but it's fine. Team Liquid again. I'm loving the confidence we're seeing. Because as much as we can kind of look at Heretics and point out a couple of mistakes we're not liking, a couple of issues that we're seeing, in my mind, map 1 was a little bit of an outlier. This is Liquid playing a very solid game so far.
Yeah, like I said, I think their setups on this map, on a fundamental basis, make more sense than what most teams run. I think they're strong on this defense, and then those little mix-up plays where they're going to punish you for trying to take an orb on aim in, those are the layers you need to make it not so readable.
Okay, buy time. Huge round here. Heretics get handled again. You got to feel like they're just going to be in the dumps. This time around, higher priority towards the middle approach. 3 players in response to the early utility invested. But Camo be challenged here. He's not been having the freest of time on site. He has been checked a lot like this. This time Woot, a very quick pickup, but no instantaneous reaction here either.
Yeah, it's the B side of the map that I quite liked from Liquid in general. Like they're usually quite strong on this side of the map in terms of numbers, and then their holds are usually pretty good, but peaks like that from Camo, a little bit unnecessary in my opinion.
A little bit of a reminder. Heretics can, hopefully will start shooting back.
So Heretics prodding towards his A site. Boo looking like he's calling... I thought he was going to call people over, but it's like one of those interesting mid-rounds right now.
Look at Kamek. Right up the guts here. Right in between them. If he takes the longer route, he might run into Boo. And this becomes also telling the timing. They're both sort of drifting here. Boo does get the gun out quicker, it looked like, to find Kamek, but now it's very indicative of a B hit, right? You kind of feel what's coming this way. Do they pivot now? 20 seconds. They've got to make their mind up, and Boo's trying to indicate there could be something else going on, but it is still towards his B site. Kiko's not having any of it. He's going to try and shift towards the back of site itself. I love that. Very courageous play, but no one to capitalize on the flash. And now Nat's on the lug, gonna catch out Boo. How's it going so wrong? 5 seconds, it's all falling to pieces. Time is their biggest opponent, and I think they've run out of it. Too little, too late, they say, as Team Liquid again controlling Heretics here.
Yeah, after the 5v4, I quite liked that Heretics slowed it down and didn't, you know, instantly commit towards B. But a lot of indecision in that mid round, sending 2 towards the A side of the map for the fake.
Yeah.
And then a kind of, you know, we're at 20 seconds left before we're even scaling up B.
Seconds left.
Like, there's too many things about Heretics right now that I'm concerned about. Like, indecisive mid-rounds like that, and the way they're shooting right now.
Now, okay, this will give me a second kind of talk to you about this, because again, Fnatic are probably one of the only teams, if you talk about it bigger picture, who've managed to keep a lot of consistency doing deep runs in tournaments. There are others out there, absolutely, but you are the Fnatic ex-coach, so you're right here. I think if we ignore Heretics' history, it's doing them a disservice. They were, as I said, finalists at champs. If we're going to ignore that, then every game's a coin flip. That's just wrong. But what's going wrong here? They've hit the ground, I don't want to even say running. It feels like there's been faults with this team from the word go. What's standing out to you here? Is it the meta change? Is it just looking a little bit cold? Do they not look ready for this season yet? Burnout? What are you seeing?
I'll be honest with you, like, I know that Fnatic did go on deep runs, but we always did there was always changes being made to make it feel fresh. And when we did keep the same roster for 2024, it wasn't the best year for us. So I think that, you know, that freshness isn't there for Heretics. They've got the same... Some people will argue that keeping the same roster is obviously like a great thing. Yeah. And I don't think that this roster needed to change at all. But the problem with it is that everyone gets a bit comfortable.
You think it's a little bit of that?
But I've never heard that about Heretics, though. I've never heard anything bad about their work ethic or anything, so...
It's question marks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe just in the back of their mind that, like, you know, we had a great year. Like...
Got to find that same level again, you know, the pressure's starting to mount, but who knows? Right now, all we do know is that Liquid look a whole lot better, but Woot, hello. You don't often get a turned around player against you. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, Kamik was getting ready for the pop flash, but looked a little bit silly.
Never went
shot on the bum.
Yeah, gives away the game. But that's a free pick, right? This feels like the first time that we've seen a man advantage super early. How does Heretics want to play with that now?
Yeah, it's been indecisive mostly, but looks like just straight B hit this time for Heretics.
But Camo with that operator, that's something new to the equation. We hadn't seen that yet. Really, those double drones going to be sent through.
You are divided!
Right on top. Oh! Camo! Quick as lightning, and that's going to be the spike drop. That slows down this approach. Does Nats get curious? Yeah, he does. He's got something to work in towards here. They have no idea about Nats. The plant's coming in. Oh my god, he's still going to find Boo. Very quick on that reaction, but he's been handled. But it is a 3v3 retake now. Now look at the positions. Let's take stock here. Patatek's position is going to be important. You're going to have Kiko trying to keep himself in this one. Nice pick there from Miniboo. Takes away Camo and a pop of the ult. They're feeling paranoid about this. They don't know where Patatek's off to or what's going on. They want some security. Miniboo should be securing this one now. A bit worried on the timing there, but he does get away just fine. So they should be aware of the chance of this. Oh my god. Oh my god, that still felt so close. Benji to wrap it up and get a second for Heretics. But that still felt very much on the line.
Yeah, it was a little bit touch and go, but round to round.
Round to round, we take
big
it. Big
ults coming up now for Heretics as well. Tail ult and the Sova ult, big ults on this map, making the XX really easy. I want to go back 1 second though. I think I got a better answer for you, Heretics. I know it's different than Fnatic, but Heretics were the underdog last year.
That's true.
And I do think that, I know they're working with a performance coach now called Ryan that we used to work with, and I really rate him. But like, I think that work on like, there's a very different shift in expectation now for this team. And I think that shift can have a huge impact on this roster is so young.
That is true.
Like going into a year and being like, oh, we're like people thought they're going to be like one of the bottom teams, and now they're supposed to be the best. Yeah, I think that is probably the answer I should have given.
I like it though. Camo going to get out of there. You can see the pour on of Util. It's a full sight hit here. Rien's just posting, trying to catch, and he does. I think he caught at least one then. Yeah, Camo is finding it hard to find any safety on this site. So the spike's still not on the way up. First couple of players trying to take some security here. Is there some sort of flood or pre-take almost? It looked like they tried it, but Kamik getting caught again. Struggling in the last couple of rounds, but Woot now down low. Has to try and shift away. Rien's trying to secure the side, but there's already a player there. Patatek falling. This is better. 4v3, still numbers on their side, and hard to work this back in, but Camo clean with it. But Rien's replies, still not letting it slip away from the man advantage, but Camo apparently does better here, but post-plant with these two agents there, you've got to say that's got to be wrapped up, surely. But Boo getting a bit closer again. Camo again, still thriving. But how do they deal with the Astra? Well, they do it with time, apparently, as Boo is going to be forced to fight in this one. Team Liquid running low on time, though. There's going to have to be a big boy shot from Camo. He's got it, but they've also got the defuse! Down to the second. Graphically handled by Camo there. I was doubting his capability to keep that in check, and I was wrong.
Yeah, I think people have been a little bit critical of Camo being a bit quieter in some of the series, but honestly, he's got the potential there, and that round, he has saved them.
Yeah, 100%. Because it felt like every single kill that came in was traded back, right? Heretics kept having the numbers up until that. The range on this come off it, but bloody hell.
Like, if Liquid lose that round, I expect a timeout and a big discussion about losing this B side of the map. Heretics winning, would have won 2 in a row. The game completely changed after that.
Yeah. Keeping them down on 2, keeping the money down low.
Yeah, the money broken too.
We haven't
That's
seen
a
the
huge round.
full on A going in. Let's see what it looks like. A struggle. Oh. I think someone's had a little bit of a tumble there, potentially, too. And Nats is just farming him up. Last one's boot. What's he going to do with this now? 1v4. With a classic. Yeah, I guess going A doesn't look very nice either.
No, they're weaker weapons, so always going to be a bit tougher. But
Huh? Riens? Sorry, not Riens. I hear the I'm like, oh, it's Riens. Yeah, Calic, what are we up to here?
I mean, it's not his most played agent.
Huh. Interesting choice. Probably not what he wanted there, but Kiko to close out. Yeah.
He just BMing. He just BMing.
Yeah, you think so?
Observer's not happy either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't stress the importance of that that Camo. Like, I'm not going to call it clutch, but that round.
That impact he had,
It broke the economy of Heretics, and Heretics were on momentum with good BXX.
It was like a 2 for
and
1
now,
there.
is this a timeout from Heretics?
Yeah,
Is that the second map in a row where there's 2 in the first half?
First half?
It is.
Yeah, it is a Heretic
That's
sign.
rough.
Yeah, like one, you think, okay, for that first map, weird comp, okay, cool. This 2 rounds is not good enough. It really isn't. And you're starting to see Liquid looking more and more confident even in their more traditional comps, right? We're seeing a really solid lockdown on that A site. They've got ideas and good concepts to how they want to handle that, the approach. Yeah, one did come down to Camo kind of maybe over-delivering, but that's great. We take those when you get them. What the hell are Heretics going to do now?
Yeah, I thought as well, like, Heretics off the last map could have had a little bit of copium being like, oh, they played some Reyna, we're not prepped it,
Yeah.
we're a team that likes to prep. But now they've got the opportunity to look at what Liquid have done and kind of dismantle it, and it's not looking great so far.
The fans split here. Trying to will on Heretics and trying to hope that Liquid do it. This is... I'm just stunned. Now what the hell does Heretics do now? We have the ult for Woot, full buy behind them. And you've just had a timeout. If you had every piece of the items you wanted, you got it now, right? This is the full hand to play with, basically, barring a couple of the ults. So you got to see impact now, Mini.
Ooh.
Oh,
that
okay. Okay, that's nice. We're starting to see them pull out those, you know, I don't want to say one tricks almost, but you can't run that over and over again. But I love the idea behind taking top mid.
But Liquid had the perfect read on that. Like, they knew that Camo, they knew that there was that one little spot where Camo could be sat to try and punish the TP.
Here.
But he got stunned by something. The Astra stun, maybe.
That's on the operator. I doubted it before, and then he looked absolutely wild on it. Does he outdo Woot? He does! He's good for it, takes him away. And now Kamek gonna have to show his hand, though. He's kind of tucked on this one. Trying to stay alive, deals with the dark. What is going on? Okay, but Nats has just got Mini Boo as well. He's still sticking around. He's seen another. Oh, go on, Nats. It's just outrageous from Nats. It's down to a 2v2, though. Totally different feelings on either side. Kiko pretty confident, sky high. The Heretics a must-have round.
Patitek on this flank is not going to be caught by the chamber because he's dead.
He's got freedom to work here. Waiting maybe for Kiko to get back into this. But it looks like Heretics want to try and find the player, take away some further space, find security from the flank. They're trying to go for
this
it.
corner, I'll be very surprised.
They're going for the plant on this side. Oh my god, Riens! How did he get the gun out so fast? But it's down on Patitek now. They've got time on the plant. And this starts feeling more and more predictable because the time's elapsed. But he's able to get close. How close can one man get? This close! He's still got the flash as well. I think he caught a glimpse of Boo there. He absolutely knows. 1v1. You got to put your faith in Panatek surely in this, but Boo's going to play for the time. But it doesn't matter when Panatek just absolutely smashes them. Another opportunity missed, and another made for Team Liquid. Up to 8 rounds here.
Yeah, almost poetic that it's Panatek digging the grave right now for Heretics. Yeah, not... It's even simple things like Nats on that op. We got the Sova drone coming in, and Woot's not waiting for it to clear anything. And Nats has just got the easiest shot of his life, and then momentum's it off. Beautiful 3K from Nats. He doesn't need the chamber.
No. 8-2. And it's been dominance from Team Liquid. Heretics still without an answer, looking flat. Looking out of it.
It looks like Camo's in that exact same position as last time, thinking he got unlucky last time. He wants to tempt fate again, but Heretics this time not going for their middle default.
No, so they've got the ult on Boo here. They've got Hunter's Fury with Rien's as well.
Yeah, and they're pinging on the A site the kind of wall that they want, the Astra ult they want to try and do. Looks like they're going to cut the site in half.
Little cubby to play from pretty much. Nats is there, but he's pretty far off. He was already kind of expecting, it felt like, that B take to come in.
And now with the spike down, the post-plant util for Heretics is going to be a lot. We've got the Sova ult coming in, Teo salvos, Astra suck, and a 5v4.
Yeah, they caught Patatek. Boo with that late timing, working out really well for them. This would be an unforgivable loss. Camo gonna get things started. Can't really contest on that. Has to respect that the dart connected. Now you're seeing the util pour on. Nats defying it for now to commit it to halfway to try and make this doable. They're gonna force everything through here, and the panic's starting to mount. Kamik's still firing off. What is going on? Speaking of firing off, it's just Camo's falling off. Hey, look, if it's how you get the round, it's how you get the round. The slow and eventual death. Benji sending him down to the depths. The Team Liquid being held on 8, and Heretics up to their 3rd.
I mean, it was a nice idea from Heretics using the Astra ult to just get the site for free. Got all that util for the post plant, but it did require 2 big ults. And again, we're looking at Abyss. This is another map where it's an attack side of the map. So it's not a great look even if they win this last round. I mean, he should have just fell. Denied it all. Min-max, come on.
8-3, here we go. Fast, pacey, I like it. Oh, I love it. Kamik in unison, but they didn't expect Miniboo. Gonna pop the ult to keep himself safe. Finds all the information he needs. What can Miniboo do here? He's only got 4 kills. He's been struggling. He sees so much. Gets them the site, gets it secure. Plant should be on the cards here for Heretics. Panatek and Nats. Ult's ready.
Liquid exploring middle here. Gonna have Nats on that flank.
There's that ult.
Spike planted.
Before.
Yep. Then you're going to see the KO on top. Timing is everything. And we wanted to handle it. I like that. It's bold and it's brave, and you need them to back themselves, to call their own number up once in a while. But Nats on that lurk is spotted. Rien's looking sharper by the second, and Kamik is cleared. 8-4. It's doable, but it's certainly not what you want for Heretics.
No, like I said, this is the map you expect the bulk of your rounds on attack. Heretics are going to be looking at a very important pistol round. Second half.
That will mean the world to them. They need to lock in on this one because Liquid look lethal. This could be the 2-0 start in this best of 5. You don't want to miss this second half. Liquid could close it out here and get teed up for that 3rd map.
One enemy remaining.
8-4 if you're just tuning in. Team Liquid with the upper hand here. Looking exceptional so far, and Heretics only gathering 4 rounds. Mini, that is not a lot to work with.
No, considering yesterday they won 1 out of 12 on the defense against Vitality, it's not the half that Heretics wanted here.
No, it's not, but it's not over yet.
Crowd is heating up.
Look, the crowd is wanting Heretics to do better here. We'll see. For now, Liquid are on the attack here. Heretics, of course, now having to defend. And it looks like a fight down middle is what they're opting for to begin with.
Walk down, but they're going to be walking into a Cypher trip. Liquid in a good position if they can hit this exit quickly.
Yeah, can Boo stay alive here? I don't know if he can. No, he can't. He's cleared. So, oh, Mini Boo getting caught as well. This feels like it's already fallen apart, but let's see what this fight looks like. This is what they put a lot of stock behind, but it's not reaping the rewards they would have wanted when Nats reads it so obviously. Rien's now in a 1v4 and Team Liquid look alive, looking like they want Bangkok tickets right here, right now. 10 is not even that far away.
Yeah, it just looked way too easy for Liquid. I mean, Boo's stuck at the back of the site with a smoke. I don't think he's ever holding that against a full exec, to be honest with you.
What are you meant to do at this point as well? But the game's just spiraling away from you. If you're reading the game like normal, if mistakes don't happen, which they can, Liquid lock this one in as well. That's 10. And then that finish line feels so close. And that gives you everything you need to go forward. Woot looking like he wants to try and have impact here. Kiko right, Panatek left, and it's a 1-2 close down. Simple stuff.
The Heretics are stacking towards the B side of the map, so there is possibility, but Nats also...
Labored, but it works.
So that might trigger Liquid to go into the B side into the stack.
Okay, no, this is still game on here. Hold on. Rien's Boo and Benji starting to get cleared out here. The mismatch of weaponry finally being the bigger factor. And Rien's, he's got a ways to go to find this one. Let's see what he's got for us. Just a Sheriff. 3 opponents in deep post-plant positions. Oh, this is tough. I think he knows it too. Yeah, Kamek gonna make sure he knows it. 10 for Team Liquid, marching towards that finish line now. God, they are so close to getting this done. This bonus is gonna be lethal as well.
Yeah, Liquid last time on the defense had some creative ideas that I was so about, but we'll see here if they've got any up their sleeve for the bonus. It's looking like it's going to be a very direct hit towards the A side of the map, and if it is, poor Rien's has got a lot of work to do.
But remember, at one point in time in my mind, Rien's was, you know, potentially Leo 2.0. This guy has had some incredible performances. This is a lot to ask of him now, though, and I think he understands there was some pressure. There are some indicators. Camo, let's see if we can stay on the map this time. Yeah, no sweat. All good. Felt a bit dangerous. Rien's is already going to be kept back by the smoke here. He doesn't have any potential to do too much beyond that. Already utilizing the dart, and the Aldrone is, you know, precious goods here, but Camo wants to get a bit more involved. Oh my word, Camo. Someone's gonna check, right? Someone deal with Camo! He gets away with daylight robbery, and Rien's isn't turning around! They're asleep at the damn wheel, Mini!
Yeah, I mean, Kiko's destroyed them at the end, but even the round was already, in my eyes, almost over as soon as that exit came into A. There's like, Heretics have changed their setup from their last game to be more towards the B side of the map because of Team Liquid favoring it in their previous series. Yeah. And Liquid have just said, no, we're just going to go away.
Nice! Nice, Gio!
The Heretics resetting after that round into their more standard approach, the 2-1-2.
This rise from Team Liquid has to be studied. I tell you now, at the start of the season, they didn't look fantastic, but this difference being made, and what is Boo up to here?
I mean, it is the low buy, but
That was clean.
I'd love to see them try something a little bit more together on that, though, or come up with a concept. You know, creativity gets so much more in these sort of rounds. You get a little bit more freedom to play with, but Benji is going to strike back at least. So takes away Kamek, but I like this from Woot. Again, I don't mind them trying things in this sort of round.
yeah, Boo is not the chamber here, so I agree.
Toxicity is rising within you. I like it. It's good. Does the off angle get rewarded? God! They're hitting hard today, to be fair. Liquid are absolutely hitting.
I mean, I don't think Woot had too much success. Like, this was the main... He did this almost 12 rounds in a row yesterday. The A main or A site hold, and it wasn't particularly successful for him.
And that is just trying to defend the back line. Oh, it's just poetry in motion, making it look so simple. Miniboo's done for. Liquid making it up to 12, and they've done it with ease. Let's put this into context. 4 rounds for Heretics. That's all they've got, including the first map. 4 rounds. All they've managed in all of the rounds so far is 8 overall. This has been a Team Liquid show so far. There is a real conversation to be had about this being over in 3.
Yesterday, they won 5 out of 24 defense rounds. Today, what did they win on Lewis?
4 overall.
4? So that's 9 out of 41?
The maths ain't looking good, but this round is all in. They've gone for the brawl, put it all on the line and see if we survive. And so far, they're keeping up to it. They're trying to get back in the game. I don't know why we're showing the crowd in these moments. It's a 3v2. Kiko and Kamek trying to do what they can to bring this back from this brawl that was going on. Fnatic's gonna get rest here. They're back up to what looks like better numbers now.
Shot that. Deploying drone.
They can just slow this down for a second as well. They can ease back into this. Rienz and Boo are still just on knife's edge
Liquid
here.
have a minute to play with. They don't need to do anything.
They're flashing in. They're flashing in, and it's a really nice flash. But it's Boo who's just behind the cover, able to just shoulder peek out on it, finds Kamek, and the TP gets taken. But
the spike was left. A little mistake there.
We up to...
Yeah, I'm surprised they went for that flash peek. I thought they'd just wait around a little bit longer, but...
I kind of like what Kiko's up to, though.
Yeah.
Again, if you're going to make a mistake, make something of it, right? And if you're Boo, do you think about this? I mean, maybe the offset in timing does make you question mark because they haven't got a plan.
You can see that Boo is question marking his own spawn right now.
Yeah, thinking maybe Kiko's gone for some, you know, mad play to spawn rather than towards that side. We know what happened, but they might be rewarded in this because you just don't expect it. And these steps are heard. And speaking of expectations, it's completely subverted with a surprise up middle. Kiko, unconventional, but it seems to work as Rienz now has the challenge of his life just to get through towards the site. He has no idea where Kiko's gone. He can hazard a guess, but he's got to make the cross. And Kiko is waiting for the time to strike. He's going to hear the steps and closing again, hunting down his prey. Rienz now knows he's going to be surrounded in this one. He's got problems left, right, and center. One up towards the top, one towards the site. Rienz, there's not much more to be done. Team Liquid make it to 13, keeping Heretics held on that 4 rounds. This is just sophisticated dominance so far. I didn't expect it from Liquid.
No, that's what, 2 13-4s in a row? Like,
I can't believe it.
Heretics need to reverse sweep Team Liquid to make it to Bangkok.
That sentence in its own is so powerful to think about. It has to be the reverse sweep now. God only knows if they can make it. I certainly don't.
Oh, hey, you're so clean. Camille, nice shot. Yo, Kenny. Oh, I followed them up.
Red Bull gives you wings.